When we get up in the morning, along with coffee, toast, and cake, if you're like the old Stone Roadie, you like to wake and bake. Now let's join Craig, Reed, and Griff Martin as you head out on the road. So sit right back, buckle right in. It's a Wake and Bake Morning Show. It's a Wake and Bake Morning Show. It's a Wake and Bake Morning Show. Good morning.
Hey Stoned Roadie Show fans, I'm Shelby Barrett, the official Stonette for the Stoned Roadie Show, and this is Saturday Night Special with Craig Reed and Kathy GODSEY.
The Stoned Roadie Show, podcast number 158, and it's Saturday, 4/20, and action. Alrighty then, looky here. It's another episode of the Stoned Roadie Show, Saturday Night Special with the lovely Kathy GODSEY. So, what do we got going on this 4/20?
This is Craig's favorite day of the year, 4/20. Did I cut you off?
No. I'm on a natural high since I'm on here with Kathy GODSEY. I'm supposedly on a natural high tonight.
No excuse. You're always on a high.
We'll pretend, yeah. It's my
Don't use me as the excuse. You're always like this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So looky, it's April 20th, Craig's favorite day of the year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Craig is on a
Time of
natural
the
high.
day and favorite time of the day here, yeah, 4/20.
Craig is on a natural high and Kathy is not strong. And let's keep it that way.
I don't know where my sign is.
Oh yeah, Dave.
Oh, well.
If I can lift up that big case he sent me, I'll show it. By the way, I ordered something very, very special for Dave, the disciple, and I'm picking it up this week, and I'm going to get it in the mail next week. So it's something that he doesn't have. So a couple of things I'll be mailing to you, Dave. Thank you for all of your stuff you're sending us and for all your support and all the shirts and the clothes and everything. He's a really cool guy. So it's so nice to be back doing the Saturday Night Special. And I got the questions today. I was just looking at the questions. Actually, yesterday, I started looking at them and finished today. But I just want to say, we know I just got notification that Dickie Betts passed away a couple of days ago. And Craig, I remember I told a story once about meeting incident with Dickie in the bar. But how well did you know him? Was he a friend of yours? Did you consider him to be a friend?
I knew him for years and years and years, and I had several, times that we crossed paths, but I don't know. A lot of the times it was when I saw him, Greg was still doing the blow, and I had some of it, and Dickie was trying to get off of it, so he wasn't really happy to see me around, but Greg was happy to see me, but Dickie wasn't. So yeah, under the circumstances, he didn't care to see me that day. But I just saw his son play a couple of weeks ago. I went to see a band, and Dwayne Betts opened the show for the concert that I saw. And he looks exactly like his father. Exactly. Yeah. Did you know that his son is a musician? No, didn't. I had heard he had a son that was playing, but I hadn't really followed him. No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, he was 80 years old.
Yeah, I didn't think he was that old. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was that much older than me.
There was a time that I saw Dickie Betts. I came face to face with him. It was probably in the 80s. I don't remember where, what concert it was, but we were in a hotel and we were on this. I don't remember if we saw BHLT, the band with Hall, Level, and Trucks or whatever. But I was in a hotel hallway with some of my friends, and we were trying to figure out which room, our friends were in. And he came walking up to me, and I said to him, do you know what room this person's in? And he just looked right through me. He didn't even answer me. I mean, he must have been so out of it. He just didn't even just looked right through me. I was like, okay, that's it. But that's it. So I know that a lot of people are mourning the death of Dickie Betts. So 80 years old. But anyway, I just didn't know. It's one of the questions that somebody had asked was you could talk about that incident in the bar with Dickie and Ronnie and what happened where Gene Gene came up to the room and asked you to help. Or what was that situation that happened in the bar?
That was I hate to go there again, but that was a long time ago, and I wasn't in the bar at the time that happened. So
okay.
Just one of
But
them.
what did you get? You got somebody down to straighten out Dickie Betts, or what happened at that time? Do you remember?
God, no. It was just one of those times, and
Okay.
something happened, and then I really,
Okay.
didn't really stick with me that much,
Okay. All righty. So I know that Jeff is there with you. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, automotive is here.
Hey,
Yeah,
Kathy, how are you?
Hi, good. If you hear noise, my cats are fighting.
got to come way
Hey
over
there.
here.
I know, I got to get way over to get on this camera.
My cats are fighting. What's going on with them? The cats are fighting tonight. This is what happens in my house. They're getting really weird. Sorry for the noise.
I'm in the best place to be for 420, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody said to me, Taylor McKeithen, he said, 420-24 is the same backwards. 420-24.
Oh, yeah.
It is, yeah.
420-24.
That's good.
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, he doing some crystal.
I remember that. I still have the decanter with nothing in it. That's right.
Yeah, we had to send you home with it empty because they wouldn't let you take liquor or
That's
liquor
true.
Plain, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
I think I suggested that. I said, Kathy, you can take the bottle, but you can't take what's in it. They won't let you on the plane with it. You gotta leave that here.
So how is your 420 been going so far? How is the day so far?
Mine? Oh, it's
Yeah.
been great. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Just burning them down,
Just like any other day.
Yep. Yep.
You and Griff were talking about genetically modified food or bioengineered food on the podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
And I actually went to my cabinet and I opened it. I can't believe how much stuff in there has bioengineered ingredients in it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't believe it. I have like canned soups. I can't believe it. I'm really going to think about, buying organic foods or stuff that does not have that. I couldn't believe how many things I have. And I try to buy pretty healthy stuff, but I was shocked.
And from what I understand, that a lot of countries won't allow them to sell that kind of stuff in other countries, but they allow them to sell it here. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Check your labels, people, because you'd be shocked at what's in the food. I couldn't believe it. I might even throw a lot of that crap out.
Yeah, people think that corn fructose, they said, well, that's just sweetening from corn. No, it's far more than that. Yeah. Your body doesn't know what that stuff is. Yeah, they're trying to kill you, but whatever.
I mean, even like when I just bought ketchup last week and I look at the ingredients and I was like, oh my God, I at least bought one that had no sugar, but you really have to watch everything you buy. So going forward, I'm going to be really discretionary about what I throw in my cart. It was really upsetting to see what's in that stuff. So, and I don't eat bagels or donuts because that's garbage. But really going forward, I'm going to be a lot more discretionary. Anyway, so somebody said get Gene back on the podcast. I saw you guys had him on the other day, and I just miss Gene so much. I hope that he's okay and that you guys can get him back. Everybody wants to see him back on here.
Hey, we had him on. Griff had him on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I want to have him back on a podcast with me. I want to ask him questions and see how he's doing. I want to do one. I love the first one that I was on. Gene was on. That was 28. That was so much fun having us all on there together. So, Gene, if you're watching this, I hope to see you on here again. Like a nice chat, and hope you're doing well.
Oh, I want to say something. I said something about a songbook that we had, and we have a lady, Lisa. She's been real generous in buying stuff, and she offered $250 for that songbook, and then she said the check's in the mail, and it had been a while, and I'm just I'm going, before we had problems with the mail, and I wasn't really worried about it, and she messaged me yesterday, and she said, sorry I hadn't sent that check yet, but I got in a really bad car wreck, and I've been in the hospital for like 3 weeks. I said, well, God, Lisa, don't worry about that songbook. Just get well soon. So yeah, get well soon, Lisa. Yeah, she bought the book for $1,000 for Mark Frank, and then she bought the funeral brochure for. I guess that went to the general fund, and then she bought this songbook, the Lynyrd Skynyrd songbook for $250, and yeah, she's been real generous. So yeah, get well, Lisa, and don't worry about that $250. We can, that'll get dispersed sometime along the line. So, and another thing I want to talk about. My grandson Tanner, he turned 19 on the 18th, and I tell him, enjoy this one. This is your last year as a teenager,
Oh, happy birthday, Tanner.
Yeah, but he hurt his shoulder or his bicep here at the beginning of the year. He's a pitcher at Thomas University, and he started his like 5th game this year. Well, he got his 5th win yesterday on his well, it was the day after his birthday, I guess. So after he turned 19, he started pitching, and he only allowed 4 hits and 2 runs, and it was like 11-2 or something. Thomas University beat him, but Tanner pitched the whole game, and they praised him for for what a fantastic job he did. It was pretty cool. It was real cool.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Good job, Tanner. Yeah,
congratulations, Tanner.
They won both games, but they have to win one more to be able to continue in the conference, and if they win the conference, I guess they go on to the regional. But if they don't win this next one, I guess they're done. So so that's that in this world of sports.
And he's finishing up his first year of college. I can't believe it. You were just talking about how he was going to college. I can't believe it's just first year is almost over, and he still has the car, right? You got the car for him, the
off auto.
Good.
Jeep Liberty,
So, Otto, do you sell just used cars or new cars too on your lot?
Just used.
Just used cars.
Just used. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes by here. He goes to the auto auctions all over West Virginia, Pennsylvania, here in Akron, and that's why he comes by a lot, on his way back from auctions.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, happy birthday, Tanner, and I'm happy you're doing so well in school. You know what? The other day, Griff was so funny. You mentioned me and you about doing the podcast last week, and Griff said, "Well, she can't be on here every week. She's always grading papers or something." And I was laughing. Hey, Griff, I've never graded a paper. We don't grade papers anymore. We just go into the computer and do little progress reports, but we don't grade papers. So.
Oh yeah, Jeff was here. We were watching Superman 3 today.
Oh, really?
On TV with Richard Pryor, and I thought I'd seen everything with Richard Pryor in it, and it was skipped me. I don't think I'd ever seen Superman 3 with Richard Pryor in it, but it was funny because we've been talking about roadies that got mad because if people call them a roadie, they'd say they were a tech, and they were insulted to be called a roadie, and the first scene in Superman 3, Richard Pryor standing in the welfare line, waiting to sign up for his unemployment or not, whatever. So he walks up to the window, and the ladies ask him what kind of job he was looking for, and he said he was a kitchen technician. She said, "Oh, you're a dishwasher." That was 1983. Everybody was already turning into a technician in 1983.
Technicians, that's right. Yeah.
But I said on a prior podcast that and in '79, when I was a guitar roadie for Journey, they had me listed as a technician, and I laughed about it. And then in 1980, when we started Rossington Collins Band, I went over onto the management side, and then Michael Sparks, he was the guitar roadie. But when he got his business cards, the first business cards we ever got with that organization, it said Michael Sparks, guitar technician. and I laughed at him. I said, "Oh, you're not a roadie, are you?" Yeah. Didn't I, Mike?
That's funny. I like roadie better.
Yeah, a technician. I mean, you go to Walmart, you see an eye technician. Then when you go to glasses, you go to your dentist, you see a dental technician.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everybody's a technician.
Oh, you know what? I noticed David Selders, he wrote to me a couple of weeks ago, and he said he was going through some kind of a heart catheterization, and I see that he's been out of it for a while, and he's a really nice guy, really supportive of the podcast. And he said, I've been out of it. He went through that procedure. So prayers to David Selders that you continue to recover from that procedure. And then also cousin Figel, and you said that I just started to ask you before how he's doing. Any changes or improvements?
When I talked to him, he keeps saying his kidneys hurt really bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't know what would cause that.
No.
That's his biggest issue. His kidneys hurt really bad.
No. He has the pancreatic cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's? Yeah. Okay. That could be a cause, I guess.
Oh, Leon, I hear you down there.
Pick him up. I want to see that little guy.
Oh, I have to move all this stuff out of my way. Oh, here you go. Come on. Hold on. Come here. There you are. Now Wicker wants up here too. Oh, you messed up my microphone. Okay, here he is.
Oh, he's so cute.
It's Leon.
Leon. Oh, he's so cute. He's so tiny.
Yeah, it's 5 pounds.
Oh, little sweetheart.
5 pounds of ferocious.
Yeah, he's tough. He's a tough guy. Don't mess with him. Oh, Leon.
Yeah.
Now, where's the other one?
He's right down there looking up here, wanting up here too. Wicker, yeah.
He's 15 pounds of ferocious, right?
No, he's on a diet. I separated him. I
Oh,
don't,
really?
yeah, I don't feed him together anymore because Wicker eats a lot more than Leon does. And yeah, he kept gaining weight. So yeah, he's lost a couple pounds.
That's my problem with my cat. My Angus is like 24 pounds. He's right next to me. He's like the cleanup crew. He eats his food and then goes around, eats everybody else's. I have to separate him too. He's obese. He's like the equivalent of like a 350-pound person, I think. So, Angela Lynyrd, the lovely Angela Lynyrd, so sweet and so generous. Her grandson, Anthony, is graduating from Marine boot camp next week.
I saw
And
that. Yeah.
yeah, thank boy. What an amazing accomplishment for him to anybody who volunteers or service for our country. So congratulations to Anthony. Your grandma's very proud of you. Really wonderful, wonderful thing. I hope you stay safe. And then, I got a question from Taylor McKeithen.
He's a
you're
lot
still
bigger.
on the show. What?
He's a lot bigger.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's a whole 13 pounds. He's a big one.
So you want to do a couple of questions, Craig?
Yeah. Let's do some questions. Yeah.
All righty. So Taylor McKeithen. He asked, who came up with the name Hell House anyway? Do you know who came up with that name?
Because it was hotter than hell. It was a hell house. Yeah, it was hell, man. God, yeah, to stay there, it was hotter than hell. I guess that's where that came from.
But who actually thought of it? Do you know which guy?
Yeah, that's what they called it when I was there. It was always called the Hell House. I just accepted it because I could relate, man. I stayed there. It was hell. It was hotter than hell. Roaches. Oh, it was nasty, man. It was.
Oh God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he said, he wanted to know, did they say we're going to the Hell House or did they say, oh, we're going to the shed for practice? They actually
No, it was the Hell House.
The Hell House. That's cute. All right. Oh, by the way, Lori Shoemaker says, hey, Craig, I'm still waiting for my sticker. When you went on Monday. And by the way, Craig, I'm still waiting for all that stuff you were supposed to send me a long time ago.
I know. I'm gonna send all that stuff out. We're done with that drawing now, and
okay.
And
that drawing was quite a big task for you guys. It was collecting the names, making sure you had all the names, assigning everybody a number. That was
number 97. You about drove me crazy. I looked on my sheet and it was blank. I'm going, where that guy called me on, and then I couldn't remember where I got the name, but I finally found you. Yeah. Your name was Steve, I think. That's the only name I got, but I got your email address. So
okay.
I found you. Number 97. Yeah.
So if the people
that was funny. I was called that guy gave up 77. I was laughing. I said I'd have kept that number, so I kept predicting 77 would win. and then when I pulled the number, it was 79. And then I had 77 on the brain, so I was going to hold the thing up and actually show the the number, and I didn't do it, and then I just looked at it, and I looked at 77 instead of 79, so we were staying at 77 won, and then Griff said, "Hey, name the winner again," and I looked at it, and I go, "Oh no." I call that was and then so I asked the guy. I said, "Man, I bet you the guy that actually won. I can't think of his name right now, but it was 79, because I bet you were freaking out when I said your number, and then I said a different name. He goes, "Oh, I was frantic." And he thought it was funny after it all went down. But what's funny, I don't know if it's funny or this is just meant to be or whatever. We've been talking about Wheelchair Chuck, and we got a race with him and everything and stuff like that. So it just happened to turn out that the 77 was Sandy Smith, aka Chuck, and we're going. I don't know if this guy, the guy's name is Sandy or Chuck, but congratulations, you're the winner, But then to come to find out that's Wheelchair Chuck. So yeah, so we actually made him we after we announced that he won, we couldn't take it back, so we had to, we're going to send him the prize too. So there was two prizes, but it was for Wheelchair Chuck, and it's kind of funny that we've been talking about Wheelchair Chuck because we've actually got a wheelchair competition going on with Wheelchair Chuck. We're going to have a race with him. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
That was meant to be. That's kind of funny. Yeah, he got in a car wreck car wreck. He got in a motorcycle wreck. Yeah, so now he's in a wheelchair. So being a biker or an ex-biker like I am or used to be, I kind of have a little soft spot in my heart for people that have injured themselves like that on a motorcycle. I know I've awful close to doing it.
Yeah, those are so dangerous. Motorcycles scare me. I can't. I would not ride.
I quit riding on the road, unless I went and got a Yamaha Banshee, the most dangerous four-wheeler ever built.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
I know that. Oh, tell Larry. I hope Larry watches this. Larry Neal. Hi, how you doing, Larry? Hope everything's going okay with you. He's so sweet. And so is Sammy. Sammy's a nice guy. And so is Jeff, of course. I know Jeff is right there listening.
Thank you.
All right. Got a question for you from Jerry Dotson. He asks that what were some of the band's aliases that they used when they booked rooms? They didn't use the real names, did they? Did they hotel rooms?
Oh God.
Remember?
Leon used some really wild ones, and I used to know them all, but oh God, I can't remember. Gary and Dale used Robert E. Lee.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Billy was oh God, I don't remember. Leon used some really really crazy, but you call the receptionist and ask to talk to whatever room Leon said he was. It was funny.
But they all did that. So they each had a room, their own room, but they just chose another name for it. Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just one block of rooms under one name.
No,
right?
everybody had they all had an alias name. Yeah.
And what about you?
No,
Did you have an alias name?
No,
Just
I wanted people to find me.
This way.
All the girls I've loved before.
Oh, goodness. All right. So I got a question from Jerry Birchie. Hey, Jerry Birchie. I know he's a big, he donates funds to the survivors. He said he wants to know if you remember being on tour with a German band called, I think it's Lake. Do you remember anything like that?
No,
No? All right. If you don't remember, then I'm not going to ask you the rest of the question. There's
Well, if you
no
ask me the
point.
question, I might remember the band.
Well, he said the guitarist's name was Alex Conti. And he said that Ronnie offered him a spot in the band around the time that Ed King left.
No, that
Okay.
would
So
not
then,
happen. No.
do you remember a band called Point Blank from
Oh
Texas?
yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Okay. Were they supposed to be the opening band for the Street Survivors tour? Do you
That
recall?
that's possible. That was a
Okay.
long time ago, but that was in the same era. Yeah, Point Blank. Yeah, that's
I
highly
remember
possible.
Point Blank.
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
they had a couple of songs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So there you go, Jerry. And then God, some of these questions are hysterical. Okay, Scott Peetman. He asked, why did Larry Junstrom leave the band? You know, the
Money.
original.
He had to make money. Then, like I said, when I started with the band, I made the band were making $3 a day when they were on the road, and that was to eat. Nobody had any money. When I started as a roadie, I made $5 a day per diem, and that's what the band made. $5 a day. That's what was for, and we would not eat. Me and Gary and Alan and Billy would not eat all day, so we could save up enough money to buy a bag of weed. Yeah, yeah.
So what did Larry do after he left the band?
I probably went and sold flowers or something. That's what
All right, but
delivered
he didn't
flowers, or
go,
I
he
don't know
wasn't in
what he
another
did.
band?
Sold auto
Oh, okay.
parts or sold flowers or
Oh,
whatever.
okay.
Leon sold ice cream. I mean, God, they all, Leon was an ice cream technician and Gary was a flower technician.
I thought Larry was in another
And
band.
Ronnie was
I
an
guess
auto
not.
parts technician. And, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Larry played and stuff later on in life.
Oh goodness. All righty. I thought I saw that Larry was in another band, but I guess not. I guess I
Well,
don't
they
know
were
how.
all in other bands, but none of them made any money. I
Okay.
mean, they're all kind of bands. God, back then, yeah, they were all. You know, Kevin
All
Elson
right.
was bands with Jeff Carlisi. Kevin Elson was in a band with Jeff Carlisi from '38.
Yeah.
And he played keyboards, I think. Yeah, you know, and,
Hmm.
yeah, they all, Joe Barnes was. But that he became a roadie with Skynyrd. He was, one of the guys running around trying to play guitar in garage bands, and became a roadie. It happens a lot, you know, you know.
Well, that's how it started. Whoa. It must be 420. My cats were just fighting, and now your dogs are fighting. It's got to be because it's 420. That's what's all the animals are going crazy. All right. I got a question from a guy named Edward Griffith. Edward Griffith. Edward Griffith. Who's that?
I don't
Griff.
know.
Griff Martin.
The
Craig, Griff
same
Martin.
person?
Yeah. he said, when you put that post today, got any questions? He sneaked a couple of questions in there. Edward Griffith. Okay. He said, how many car wrecks have you been in, Craig?
Oh my God.
How many of them were with a band member from Lynyrd Skynyrd when you were in the car wreck?
I think I was in two with Alan.
Mm-hmm.
That's all with the band. Yeah.
That's it. So who was driving with Alan? Was Alan driving the cars when this
Oh
happened?
yeah. Both
Okay.
times Alan was driving. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, we never
And
wrecked
so
him.
this,
I was driving. Yeah.
no,
Uh-uh.
but he tried to turn the wheel, flip the wheel on you, right?
Oh
When you were
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So 2 times. And then he wants to know, Ed Griffith wants to know, how many times have you been arrested?
God, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. At least 10.
So when you were arrested, what was the longest time that you ever had to stay? Like what was that
I
like?
spent 10 days in a pea farm 3 times. And that was the longest time I ever spent in jail. In the pea farm in Florida.
What was that? What did you do there? What was that like?
It was on a chain gang, worked on the roads on a chain gang. Yeah, it was 110 degrees. Yeah. Yeah, it was
Was it like a vacation from the Hell House?
no, it was miserable. Oh, it was horrible.
What do you recall what you did that got you 10 days? What?
DWIs, yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Wow. All right. Let's answer that question for Ed Griffith. And then your friend TP wants to know if you ever learned how to play an instrument other than the kazoo. Did you ever play, or did you ever want to learn just from being with the
Yeah, I
group?
wanted to learn, but I just I probably could have if I'd tried real hard, but it was something I never knew I could never be real good at. It would be something I could only amuse myself with. I'd never be any good at it to get up on stage or do anything with. So I can play a little bit, but only enough to amuse myself. No, I know some chords, and I never learned any scales or anything. But I just kind of play by ear like everybody does, and people showed me some things, and I learned some chords. And,
Do
working
you
with
try?
the bands and
Okay.
everything. I learned a little bit, but I'm no guitar player by no means.
No, so this is my question. So now when you were drum tech, you were setting up the drums. Did you ever just sit behind the drum set and just
Oh
bang
yeah,
away at
but
them,
I
play with
can
them?
probably play drums better than anything else. But
Okay.
God, their drumsticks are hard to hold on to, man. After about 2 minutes, I can't hold on to them. They come sliding out of my hand. Yeah, it's hard.
Really?
It's drums are hard, man. I never wanted to be a drummer, man. And drummers, that's work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a workout, man. Drums, yeah. That's a work. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's a workout. Playing drums is, yeah, it's
And then
tough.
what about like just being good friends with Alan and Gary? Did you ever, I mean, if you want to learn how to play the guitar, they'd have showed you some stuff, right?
Oh God,
You,
yeah.
yeah.
I never,
Wow.
I never really, like I said, I knew I'd never be any good at it, So I just really, you know.
Well, you thought that you could have been good. I mean, if you had the best, look at who your teachers would have been. You would have been boy, I would have
I can
definitely.
tell. I don't have the ability to play guitar. I just, you can, that's something I had to work too hard at it.
Mm,
Some people it just comes really easy, natural to. I'm one of those people, you know.
yeah. I'm impressed by people who can play the guitar because I've tried to hold it and I you have to callus your fingers, you have to have short nails, and I just couldn't keep my fingers in the right position. I just don't know how the people who do it, I just don't. I give them credit for being able to coordinate the strings and play it, but I wish I could play the guitar. But I don't know. I wish if I had worked with Alan and Gary, I would have said, "Show me."
My
Definitely.
pinky finger's uncoordinated.
Yeah,
Ever since I broke my elbow, though, I could never play. My hand is not, I can use it, but it doesn't really do what I would like for it to do. I broke my elbow and
yeah.
shattered my elbow, and it kind of messed up my nerve. I mean, my hand and stuff works okay, but it just, you know, it's not built for playing guitar anymore.
And tell us again how you shattered your elbow. What
I
happened?
fell on ice, just fell backwards on ice and hit my elbow and shattered it. And it shattered this bone here.
Oh
And
my
then they had
God.
to put a plate. That's the one they had to put a plate in this arm. And then I
Mhm.
fell on this arm again and it dislodged the plate. And just a year or so ago, I had to take that plate out of this arm. They had to have surgery on it and take that plate out.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. All right. Um, I got a question from Mark J. Do you remember a band called Alias?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They had an album called Contraband,
Mm-hmm.
1979. Did you know that several ex-Lynyrd Skynyrd members played on that album?
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this. He said, I looked it up. Jimmy Dougherty played, Jojo, Leon, Billy, Barry, Ricky Powell on bass, and Artemis played. I didn't know anything about that. You familiar
Mm-hmm.
with that album and what kind of music was it? Southern, I guess more Southern rock music.
Alias, yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
interesting.
it was in between the Washington Collins and Alan Collins and before all that, yeah.
Yeah, 79. That's interesting. I wonder why Gary and Alan weren't. So they probably weren't interested because it seems
No,
like everybody else was in it
yeah,
except for
Gary and Alan weren't in there.
Gary and Alan. They were working on their own next project, I guess. Interesting question. Alias. Okay. Um, oh my
They
God.
were
Some of
hurt
you,
pretty bad. Gary and Alan were still hurt pretty bad. Both of, Alan had, those, his arm was really messed up, and Gary's was too, they had some pretty severe injuries, so they, uh,
yeah, yeah.
um,
I remember seeing there's
and
a
and Leon did too, so because Leon couldn't play in the Rossington Collins band because his at the volunteer jam, the Charlie
okay.
Daniels volunteer jam when Alan and Gary went up there and played, Leon and Artemis was there, but Leon was there, but he couldn't play. His arm was still messed up.
Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't realize that. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I remember seeing in 1979, Alan played at some event and he had the neck brace still on. That picture's circulated. I think that was his first appearance since the plane crash, I believe. All right. Um, our friend Angela Leonard, lovely Angela Leonard, she wants to know how well did you know Lacey Van Zant? Did you get to know him pretty well?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
What was he like? Was he like
Um,
his son or?
I didn't know him that well to give that kind of opinion on him. He was just Ronnie's dad. That's I mean,
Okay.
and I just respected him as Ronnie's dad. I didn't, I'd been to their house a couple times and sat down and ate, and ate with the family and stuff, and I'd been around Lacey, but I didn't, I wasn't really around him enough to, you
Okay.
know, to say all that.
I
He
mean,
was
was he
a nice
quiet?
guy.
Was he
No, he
quiet,
was real.
outspoken?
He was a real nice guy. I mean, he was.
Yeah.
Ronnie brought Lacey on the road when we went to Europe. Ronnie took his dad with us on the road. So
Hmm.
I spent a lot of time around him.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But look, so for example, when Alan's father Larkin, he got involved with Rossington Collins, but what kind of a role did Lacey have when he went to Europe? Was he Just
No, he was just
nothing? Okay.
no, he was just vacationing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He was just
Did he?
totally. He was a totally a spectator. Yeah, he had no
Okay.
role at all. Yeah, yeah. He didn't. Lacey didn't. Wasn't really a businessman. He was a truck driver. You know, he really wasn't a businessman. He was a.
Okay.
You know.
Do you recall whether either Ronnie's mother or father were musical at all? Because all their kids are
No, I don't
musical.
believe they were. No.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-mm.
It's interesting. Okay. And did he ever go besides the Europe tour? Did he ever travel with them anywhere else, or was it just
No,
that one tour? Okay.
just took him. It just took his dad around the world with us. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, he
that's
went
pretty
around the
nice.
world with us. Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, and then somebody goes by the name of C.C. Skynyrd. He wrote this on I get it. I don't know if you saw, I guess it was on Facebook. He wrote, apparently you have to ask a question on Facebook to get an answer for a question. And I won't go on Facebook. Oh, he put it on YouTube. I'm sorry. You have to ask a question on Facebook to get an answer for a question. And I don't go on a Facebook because of the person expletive MF, the Facebook guy. So I won't bother to ask my question. But anyway, it's a good show. So if you had just asked me your question, we would have answered it right now for you. But instead, he's totally pissed off. We don't answer his question, but I don't know what the question was. So you can try that one more time.
Yeah, when you what do you want? I don't know the word I'm looking for. When you criticize the show, usually, you got to consider that, Kathy Gosdy, she does research for these. Me and Griff, we just kind of roll with it. But when Kathy's on here on a Saturday night special, she actually does a little research for these. So
Yeah. This is my
Griff and I,
Saturday night,
we
guys.
just kind of roll with it. So. But that's
And,
not how Kathy works. Yeah.
and because this is my Saturday night and I'm sitting here on 420 doing this, please subscribe. I want to see the number of subscribers go up. Please, please just look down. If you see the little thing, if it's not subscribed, just hit the button subscribe. Please. I want to see that number go up. Come on, let's get to the 3,000. Come on. It doesn't cost you any money. It's
That's
free.
right.
And the but the subscribe, it doesn't cost any money. I was even telling my daughters, I said, look, you don't watch the podcast, that's fine, but just go on and subscribe.
Yeah, just subscribe and just take your laptop and put the show on in in another room somewhere, and
Yeah.
and just put it on, close the door, and just let it run, and so they think people are watching the commercials or stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess they're
Um,
playing a lot of commercials or stuff, but I don't know. I try to
no, they're
make it
not.
so they're skippable, so you don't have to watch them, but I don't know.
I don't notice that many. It's not that many. And whenever I watch a YouTube video, there's some, but then you can skip it. But I mean, the subscribers, we have over 2,000, but come on, guys. This is, we're putting a lot of our, all our love and sweat into this for you guys. So let's help those survivors without, you don't have to send any money. Just subscribe to the podcast. So anyway, I want to mention that. So, Grady Tony, is he the guitarist? Is he the young musician, Grady
Yeah,
Tony?
yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he just
Grady
friended me on
Tooney. Yeah.
Facebook. Tooney, okay. He wants to know how many times did Ronnie say to you, hey, Craig, go handle my light work?
Just that once, really.
Oh.
Now he comes. How many times did he come and beat on my door? Do I have a friend? Yeah, a lot.
Now,
Yeah.
Craig, why did you just change the background to the Wake and Bake Morning Buzz? This is not the Wake and Bake.
Oh, I didn't think that was. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
just to remind
All
everybody.
right. See,
It has
yeah.
nothing to do with 420.
I was thinking it said something else. I don't know. That's what I meant. I thought it was one of those. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Thanks for
goodness.
noticing that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Funny.
I can't find my sign, so I can't.
Hmm,
Oh well.
14.
My sorry. We're stone sign.
that's okay.
Huh. Oh well.
All right. All right. Next one. Candy Bell McGuire. Oh gosh. Are you serious? Okay. Well, then you do that. I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. Somebody made a comment about me, and I was like, I don't touch this stuff. I have my cats. My cats keep me very, very happy. They're right here. That's my therapy. Got cats all over the place. All righty. Got a question from Candy Bell McGuire. She wants to know if Ronnie was religious. Do you know that? If he
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he did. He wasn't a Bible thumper, but yeah. I mean, he didn't. He wasn't as adamant as his brother Johnny or nothing. But yeah, yeah, he was a believer. I'd say that. But he didn't. You know, didn't talk about it much.
do you know whether they were Catholic or a Protestant? Any
No,
idea?
no.
Baptist?
Lacey was real religious, and the whole family were. They all had to wear a crucifix to dinner and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
That's interesting. All right.
yeah.
All right. Interesting. And because Candy said, she said a couple of videos, he seemed to do the sign of the cross before Freebird, before they do the song. She's noticed that. Yeah. Interesting. It's a good thing to notice. I never noticed that. And then Local 1578. Who is Local 1578? Is that
That's a state of a local. Like I was a local member. Yeah, all the local stagehand unions. They all have a number. I don't know what 1578 is though.
is that Edward Henry though? Is he the one who uses Local 1578 as his name? I
I
think that
don't
might be Edward. If that's you, tell us your name, please. He wants to know, well, you probably don't know this, but Gene, what do you think Gene thinks about the Johnny Moat tapes? Did Gene ever mention anything about his opinion about those Johnny Moats tapes?
No, no,
All right.
I don't see where he would have a problem with them. They're
Okay.
pretty they're pretty accurate. So,
Okay.
you
Cool.
know, as long as the information is accurate, I don't think anybody's going to have issues with it. And it
Mm,
all seems pretty accurate to me. What you know. Like I said, I don't really know a lot because I was unconscious. I didn't see any of that stuff. All I remember was the plane going down, and I heard three big bangs, and I was
mm.
knocked out, and I woke up in the hospital, and that's all I don't know. I didn't see anything out there. I was out.
Right. Right. All right. You know what? I was listening to those Mike O'Hara interviews. So interesting. And you had somebody had asked about the where Mike O'Hara is. We don't know whether he's alive or not. It would be nice if if he's alive, if he would let us know, because I thought he did a really good job. And somebody mentioned whether they didn't know whether he was really doing a thesis on Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Well, he sent those
Maybe
tapes
not.
to um, um,
Ken Griffith?
Kent Griffith. Yeah, he
Yeah.
sent all those tapes to him, and that was a long time ago, I guess.
Yeah. I found those to be really interesting. And he got all those people to speak and got a lot of information
Yeah,
from
got a
them.
lot
So,
of, yeah.
yeah.
It opened my eyes. I had no idea that, we were as lucky as we were, to get out of that thing, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that,
Well, I know
that
it's hard for you guys to talk about it. That's why I wasn't going to ask any more questions about the plane crash or about JoJo and Alan. I'm just not going there. It's been, people are always asking, and you guys have addressed those questions so many times. So I'm trying to focus on different questions. I know it's hard to keep talking about the plane crash. So I'm just,
Can
I
I submit
just
a
picked
Kathy
out
Godsey?
questions. I'm sorry.
Can I submit a Kathy Godsey?
here, you got to talk on the microphone here.
All right. So they say that you kind of have a good fella accent, and you have an intimidating last name. You kind of sound like Kathy Godsey. So like, there's the Godfather, are you the Godmother, or do you have a moniker or anything like that back on your home turf?
Well, Godsey was my married last name, but it's funny because I don't, it's funny. Back in the 70s, there was that TV show called The Waltons,
Yeah.
and the storekeeper's name was Ike Godsey. And it was so funny, but so strange. And every once in a while, somebody will say to me, "Are you related to Ike Godsey from the Waltons?" And I was like, "Don't you people know that's television?" I mean, how dumb. But the other thing interesting is that years ago, I used to teach religion. I was a catechist. I taught first grade religion for 9 years, actually. And they were first grade, so it was the first year. And the kids were so blown away by the fact that my last name started with God. They just thought, wow, Mrs. Godsey.
Wow.
So yeah, I think but it's not too common a name, but yeah, so I don't know about the accent. I have an accent. What are you talking about?
See, look at that
What are
right
you
there. What are you
what are
talking
you what are you talking about anyway? I don't have any accent.
about?
You say, what you talking about? You got an accent? I don't have an accent. You guys all got the accent.
The lovely, the
You got
lovely,
you,
and
you got a little
occasionally intimidating Kathy God.
yeah. You got a little accent going there. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah.
I have no accent. I have the standard American way of speaking.
Say
I don't know if
O'Hara.
you got you Southern guys, but no.
Say the name O'Hara and then lobster and things like that.
All right, let's go back to the next question from John Louder. He's a nice guy. He writes to me a lot.
Hmm.
Wants to know the night that Steve Gaines first came on stage and played with the guys. I know that you said Alan and Gary were blown away by that. Ronnie, what was that like? Do you remember how that all went down?
Well, yeah, I just remember Cassie, wanting her brother to get up and play with the band, and everybody was like, oh my God, Cassie's brother wants to get up and play with us. Some guy that plays guitar in a bar thinks he can play guitar. Kathy's brother. Oh my God. Well, we'll let him get up there and give him an amp and told Kevin that, I said, man, if he sucks, just turn him off in the PA. Just if he sucks, just
Yeah,
turn him off.
yeah.
So yeah, so they were playing, and all of a sudden Ronnie turned around and said, okay, come on up here and show us what you got, man. And he had on a slide, man, and he took off of that thing, and everybody went, whoa.
Yeah.
And Alan went, whoa, and everybody just kind of, get back, man. And he did a little thing, and then he goes, and Ronnie looked at him and goes, man, do another one. And he took that slide off and just took off, man. And Alan looked back at me and goes, that's the one.
Wow.
This is the guy we've been looking for, yeah.
Wow.
And he was like hired right there. I mean, it was just like, Yeah, that was magic. Yeah, that was absolute magic. Yeah. It
I
was
wish there was some
unbelievable.
footage of that, like video of that first performance with the band. That would have
Oh,
been
it was
so damn.
unbelievable. I wish
Yeah.
I'd love to have my camera on that while going, just
Mm.
to get Alan's expression when he started playing. It was like, what? You know? Oh yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah.
I love Alan's stories. Every time, I think everybody loves it. I mean, when you were talking the other day about the driving in the car and he had that,
Had to
I
flip
mean,
the glove compartment door closed. Yeah.
so funny. Oh my gosh. He was, oh my goodness.
And
Just,
then he just said, "Did you just see what I just did?" It's okay. We got more. That was funny.
he
Oh yeah,
was
he was a character.
funny. He was so funny. Gosh. Wow. I always will be grateful to Gene. If it weren't for Gene, I never would have met Alan Collins. I
Well,
keep telling Gene, get up here and
people
I'll take you out to dinner. You know?
people talk about the BB gun, and him pulling the BB gun out and shooting people, but we don't talk about Alan never wore no shoes, and he'd go, "What are you guys scared of?" And he would take a BB gun and shoot his bare foot with the BB gun. And yeah, BBs are got some kind of copper or whatever, and he got an infection in his foot from these from shooting
God.
himself in the foot with these BBs. Yeah.
He was barefoot when I went to his house. The picture I
He was
have of
always
him.
barefoot,
Yeah,
man.
he
He was
had, well, he
always
wasn't
barefoot.
barefoot on stage,
He'd
but
go
he was,
buy a brand new Mercedes, man. He just had an old t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and barefoot, man. Just straggly hair. Didn't look like he had anything. Looking at new Mercedes, and how you want to finance it? I just want to pay cash. Take a credit card. Yeah, he put that one Mercedes on a credit card.
oh my gosh. What a riot, man. Something else. He was something
Put
else,
it on my
boy.
American Express. Yeah, he bought that station wagon for Kathy, his wife, and put it on his American Express or
Oh my gosh. Too much. Too much. All right. All right. Got a question from Stephen Naylor. Do you remember when Leslie West played with Skynyrd? I guess T for Texas. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Leslie West?
Leslie played with Skinner a bunch of times.
Hmm.
Yeah, a bunch of times, at least 5 or 6.
Did he ever play a whole show with them, or was it just
No,
songs?
just T for Texas or
Okay.
Breeze or one of those like that. One of those jam songs at the end. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Give me back
Um,
my bullet. Sometimes they got up and jammed on.
right. Okay. All right, Carol Locke. She runs one of the Skynyrd Facebook pages. She wants to know, at Nebworth, the Rolling Stones played at Nebworth with Skynyrd. Did you ever hang out with any of the guys, or get to know those guys at all, or party with those guys, the Stones?
No, I didn't. No, that like I said before, Mick Jagger came over to the trailer that
Hmm.
everybody had a trailer, and he came over to our dressing room trailer, and I think Keith Richards came in there momentarily too, from what I
Hmm.
remember. And there were so many people coming in and out of there; it was crazy. There's a lot of people in Networth. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But you didn't hang out with them, or the guys didn't hang out, party with them, or
No,
anything like
never.
that?
I
No.
never hung out with any of those guys.
Okay. Why is that?
Just didn't
Why do
have
you
the
think?
opportunity. Yeah, just
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Oh, CC Skynyrd. He was the one that was complaining that he was the one who says you have to ask a question on Facebook to get an answer. But he did get a question on here. So here you go, CC Skynyrd. Just stop complaining. He wants to know what kind of car does the Stone Roadie drive? Here you go. And tell us your favorite used car salesman that sold you that car.
Right now, I drive a Lexus 350 RX. Yeah.
Okay. Nice car. Nice car. And who sold you that car, Craig?
Automotive.
Automotive. There you go. So he drives a Lexus, guys. No Benz, no BMW, no Escalade.
It's just a Toyota with
Toyota.
with
Yeah.
leather seats and wooden trim.
And it's fragrance
And power.
all the time. It has a built-in fragrance all the time. All right. A couple more. How many more questions do we have? Oh, just a couple more. All righty. We're going well here. Okay. Patricia Len, she wants to know, somebody asked about Gary's wedding, his wedding to Martha. And she said, on YouTube, if you type in Gary Rossington's first wedding, 1977, you'll see a lot of video of that. I've seen that. It's really grainy. It's hard to see, but it's cool. You can see Alan in there. You can see everybody. It's a really cool 1977. Gary's wedding is in there. And somebody wanted to know if you had any anything from Dale and Gary's wedding, any like invites or anything like that? Anything from their wedding? No?
No.
All right. Did they have a big wedding or did they just go out to Wyoming?
No, I don't remember them having a big wedding. No.
Okay.
No.
I recall seeing a video of their renewing their vows on a cruise ship. I guess it was one of those rock cruises. They did a vow renewal several years ago. I saw that on YouTube. Yeah, they renewed their vows. So, all righty. And then, all right. Oh, okay. Mary Reagan. She was the last one to ask a question. Did the guys in the band ever like fool around, say who can chug the most drinks? Who would be the first to the bar? Who would be the last person to the bar? Foot races. She wanted to know if they ever did any crazy contests or anything like that. Just goofing around.
Well,
anything weird like that?
the one thing that comes to mind was they never saw snow, because they were all from Florida. So we were out somewhere where there was a whole bunch of snow, and Billy would see these hills, and he would go, I could run up that hill, or whatever, And so one time they pulled the van over, and they were talking about they was gonna see who could run up the hill that was all covered in snow, and they were gonna see who could get out of the van and run up the hill the fastest. And they all got out, and they all got about a little bit up the thing, and the snow was pretty deep, and they all got stuck. And Alan took off with those big old long legs, man. It just looked like a spider monkey going up the side of that hill in that deep snow, man. He went all the way to the top, man. No problem.
Oh, I saw a picture of that. I think I saw a picture of them standing in the snow. Alan had like a long leather coat on. Did you recall that picture? I think Alan made something out of the snow. He made an inappropriate symbol. You know what I'm talking about?
We got thrown out of a Holiday Inn one time from building snowmen. Snowmen.
He made quite an interesting snowman.
Yeah, they had a snowman and a snow woman. Yeah, they threw us out of the hotel for that little escapade.
I think that's the picture I saw.
That's an inappropriate snowman.
Yes. Yeah, that picture's out there. There's one more question, Craig, and this is Steve Jones. He said, I remember hearing that Gary was going to beat up Marilyn Manson for making something about going back to Columbine school shooting years
I
ago.
don't even think Marilyn Manson was around when Skinner
Yeah.
was around. You know, I
Okay.
mean, Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson is a new thing. But by the way, I got your T-shirt over there that's got Ed. Yeah, he sent me a T-shirt that's got Ed King's signature on it. And I was gonna show it, but I'll show it on the next podcast. It's pretty cool. It's got Ed King's signature on it, and it's got a
Oh,
picture
cool.
of him and Ed and Joe Barnes playing acoustic guitar that goes with it. And yeah, he wants us to sell that and donate the money to the
Nice.
survivors fund. Yeah, so yeah, I keep forgetting to do that because sorry, I'm stoned. I can't find my sign.
On 420, you have to have your sign.
I
Today's
had
the
it right
day.
here. I don't know what happened.
You moved this stuff off the chair for me. Remember, where'd you put the stuff?
I had all that stuff together, and
Oh, goodness.
yeah, it fell down here somewhere. Oh well. Oh well. Can't be perfect.
So this was the 420 Saturday night special, and how lucky am I to do a podcast with Craig on his favorite day of the year.
Yeah, 420. It's a Saturday night
In a
special.
way, that does make it perfect, really. That you lost the.
Oh yeah,
That kind of does make it perfect. Really.
it's lost my sign. Yeah.
No. By the way, I know you guys were talking about that. Everybody's talking about the eclipse a couple of weeks ago. Nothing here. I was looking out the window. Never even got dark. Nothing. You definitely had to have the sunglasses to see anything, the eclipse glasses. But there was nothing here at all in New Jersey.
It was
Crazy.
absolutely perfect here. It was really,
Yeah.
it really was. Yeah. Yeah, I went out on the porch and I tried to look up and it was just like a really bright sun and I'm trying to, and then all of a sudden you could see where the moon was. It came in at an angle or something. Then all of a sudden you could see it was like it was partially covered, and then when it was totally covered, it was right slap dab in the middle, and it was just a little aura around the whole outside. It was really cool. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was worth seeing.
Cool. Yeah. And then we had an earthquake here last week in New Jersey. Everybody felt it. I was actually driving to the eye doctor. I was 5 minutes away, so I missed it. And I walked in. Everybody's talking.
Yeah, you
about
can't
this
feel them when
earthquake.
you're in a car. You can't feel them.
No,
Yeah.
I know. I was bummed out
Yeah,
because I walked
I've
in.
been in cars when there was an earthquake and you can't feel them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's this big in the town next to where I live, Suffern, New York. There's this huge Indian rock. It's like billions of years old. It's humongous. And people were saying how the rock moved or split from the earthquake. There's a lot of debate about whether it actually moved or split, but it's a big thing. We don't get earthquakes out here. So it was a very big ordeal, but sorry that I missed it because I was in my car.
Yeah, I saw you posted that picture of that rock that was split. Yeah.
Well, it was already split, but people are saying that it moved or it split even more, and it was just interesting. But some people say, yeah, it did move a little bit, but that's not going anywhere, that rock. But
Yeah,
that's it.
rocks are pretty cool. Like here's a rock, I just wonder how old that rock is, I mean, that thing's probably millions of years old. It's pretty wild.
Craig, there are zillions of rocks just like
Oh,
that.
I
right
know.
out my front.
This one's from Maine. This one's
Oh my
somebody
God.
from Maine, and I was telling them, yeah, I know that you're from New Jersey, and you say that there's just rocks everywhere.
Those are used for landscaping. There are zillions of them.
Yeah.
I could walk 10 feet away and there are hundreds and thousands of those rocks all over the place. They're used for landscaping purposes. They just place them down instead of, you want to bring a truck out here, you can get all the rocks you want because they're just
Oh
One of
yeah,
my
rocks are
neighbors,
20 cents a pound around it. You know, that's
oh my
crazy.
God, I think I'm gonna, you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe I could donate rocks to generate money for the survivors. My neighbor was digging up dirt a couple of days ago. He wanted to plant plants, and he was actually finding pieces of what do you call the field stone that was under the ground. Big pieces of field stone were just, he was pulling them out because this is just, I mean, you want rocks, come out here, you'll get all the rocks you need. You could be a millionaire, bring them back to Ohio. But yeah, you want to send me a postage paid box, I'll send you all the rocks you want. So, but anyway, so that's it for today. So cool. This is 420. Wow, 420, 2024. And it was always fun to do this. And I hope you guys have had a good 420. All of you watching this program, I hope you've had a good 420.
Look what just popped. I found my sign here.
Rock, paper, scissors.
It was there all along. I just couldn't find it. Oh no. So, anyways, all right. Are we done?
We are done.
All right. Yeah, like the lovely Kathy got to say, it's been another Saturday Stone Roadie show, Saturday Night Live, and it's it just happened to be 420, my favorite day, and yeah.
I want to see some subscribers. I want to, otherwise I'm going to pull out the New York accent. Intimidating. I want to see some subscribers. Come on, guys. Subscribe to this podcast. We give you guys a lot of laughs, and it's a lot of fun. So.
Oh, there it is. So, yeah, I'm going to get this all queued up here. So, yeah, until next time on the Stoned Roadie Show, this has been your host, the Stoned Roadie, and the most famous roadie in the whole wide world, and the dawn of time and since the face of the earth. Yeah, whatever that thing is.
Hold on a minute. You know what you need to.
Famous.
You know what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Yeah.
No, what do you need to do? Okay, go ahead.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep token until then. See you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile on the next time on the Stone Roadie Show. And cut.
See you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile. See you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile. Greg and Griff will see you next time.